The title of today's video may seem a little counterintuitive, but there's a logical reasoning behind it. And if you can understand it, it can serve you greatly in your own life. 47% of us spend our waking time in our heads, which we'll get to why that's so bad. But first, we need to understand where these thoughts, or what we can call mind wandering, originates from. Mind wandering is the origination of thoughts without a stimulus. And this comes from the area of our brain called the default mode network, which is not actually one particular area, but a set of different areas that work together to form thoughts and are responsible for mind wandering. It is responsible for us to be able to think about our past, be present in our present, and also contemplate our own future. We will now come to why mind wandering is such a bad thing. Let's take a example. Let's say you're preparing for an exam, and while preparing, you start having negative thoughts. It's logical to anyone that those negative thoughts have a negative impact on our mental peace, as you say. But what is also surprising is that positive thoughts can also have the same negative effects. For example, let's say before that exam, I start thinking about being with my friends or something what I rather be doing than what I'm doing right now. That can also create a sense of disturbance in my mental peace. Also, another example, if we think about something positive like succeeding in the exam or being happy when we get this amount of marks in our upcoming test, what we are basically doing is putting our internal peace on something quite external, which is not even in our control that much. All of these three things can affect our mental peace and make us lose focus in what we actually need to do. Most people know the benefits of meditation and have also tried it, but to zero success. Um, I feel like if you're doing any action to reap the maximum benefits of it, you need to know the reason behind it and what's going on in the background. So, first, I need to explain you the term neuroplasticity. Basically, your brain can morph or change to life experiences or whatever challenges you throw at it. It learns and it can physically change or alter the way our mind works. We can take advantage of neuroplasticity to control our default mode network, or basically our idle mind. This can give us the power to switch on and off our thoughts at command. It is beneficial for when, let's say, we need to focus on something and we don't want any thoughts disturbing us because we know even if it's negative or positive, it's going to affect us. So we will have the power to completely switch off our thoughts and allow us to enter a state of flow and or complete focus. This power can be achieved by mindfulness. Mindfulness is just like being physically fit. There are various ways to achieve mindfulness. Um, the two most prominent ways are meditation or a body scan. I can get into each of them individually in future videos, but I'm just explaining what basically meditation does to you. Meditation seems tough at first, obviously, because our brains are not used to being in a state of where we are just observing the thoughts, observing our default mode network. It's very challenging for us. This causes the creation of new neurons, firing up of new neurons in our brain, which is also neuroplasticity. As time goes, it keeps getting easier and easier, and you'll find that you will gradually get the power of focusing more. It's not that having thoughts are a bad thing. At having your thoughts being there for 47% of your day can be challenging and limits us to what we can actually do. A basic conclusion to this video, it might be, in conclusion, a human mind is a wandering mind, and a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. The ability to think about what's not happening is a cognitive achievement that comes at an emotional cost. That is so profound, I would like to repeat. The human mind is a wandering mind, and a wandering mind is an unhappy mind. The ability to not think um, is a cognitive achievement that comes at an emotional cost. And that emotional cost is not a bad thing. Your emotional cost is basically the negative thoughts. You're sacrificing your negative or positive thoughts, which we know are bad at certain times, to be in control of our default mode network. This will take you one step closer to being in control of our brain. I hope you enjoy the video. I'm open to any criticism or suggestions in the comments.